Hey everybody, welcome to the show. This is Poor Choices, the show where I go ahead and play Heroes of the Storm and showcase poor talent choices and builds for characters. Examine why exactly they're poor and whether or not they're secretly awesome or truly garbage. I've got no script and we're just going to go ahead and sit around and record today, and I'm probably going to go ahead and edit this in the future. If you're hearing me say this, it's because I didn't edit this out, or I'm about to say something hilarious. Almost everything about this character is that he's a summoner and stays in the backline. You want to go ahead and keep as much distance as possible, sending out minions to do fighting for you, empowering the minions who are currently in lane, and dunking hoops. When an enemy gets too close for comfort, you have to encourage them to leave, because they will continue to take damage as long as they're in that beam. Let's take a look at his talents. Now, there are essentially two primary builds for Azmodan. The first one being something that makes your orbs super good, and the other one being one that makes your beams super good. Now, there's a couple different ways to make your orbs good, but at this point, there are no poor choices. Hellish Hirelings. The damage bonus from the General of Hell is doubled on mercs. So the way that the General of Hell works is that you get a 15% damage increase and 15% max health to all nearby friendly mercs, minions, and Azmodan summons. Now I can go ahead and toggle that anywhere on the map, which is super nice, which means if you're in the bottom lane and the empty top lane is empty and it needs to get pushed down, you can go ahead and go poof, and the whole minion wave is improved. Now, one of the issues with this, though, is that now what it's saying is that your mercs, instead of getting the 15% improvement damage, they get 30% improved damage. I gotta be honest, this really isn't that bad. It's pretty good. It's just not as good as the other ones. Quite frankly. Bound Minion using a General of Hell on a minion grants them 75 armor from non-heroic sources. Okay? Decreasing the damage they take by 75% while also increasing the damage they deal to non-heroic targets by 100%, lasting 30 seconds. So, if I understand this correctly, one lucky guy has a ton of armor and is super good against all damage and deals double damage except against heroes. This is a poor choice. I can't justify this at all. I don't even know how I'm going to make this work, guys. I'm not even going to examine why that's bad right now. I'm pretty sure that's fairly obvious why making a single minion good, as opposed to healing yourself so you can push, making your globe cast faster and further faster, or making your movement speed really fast while you beam. Or I can make a single minion take less damage and do double damage. Holy crap, that's so bad. Demonic Evasion and Black Pool. In general, Black Pool is sort of the go-to. It has a pretty small cooldown, and it doesn't cost that much, and it improves the power of your things by 75%. It's kind of amazing. You empower your orbs through a quest and then drop it underneath you by casting Alt R, right? So it's cast on you, and then the next orb you throw does nearly double damage. And we've already established that orbs travel very far, very fast, very hard. So kind of obviously good. Demonic Invasion, I'm going to go ahead and flat out say, is not bad. However, it is worse than Blackpool, so we're going to go ahead and do what we can with Demonic Invasion, which of course rains down a bunch of minions. The minions do damage. That's kind of it. Level 13, Hellforged Armor, Demon Warriors, that is these gentlemen. Deal 32 damage to nearby. Again, let's go ahead and take a look at the damage I do at that level.
Choose a talent.
Bum, bum,
Choose a
bum,
talent.
bum, bum.
Choose a talent.
Bum, bum, bum.
Choose a talent.
Deal 17 damage, which is nothing. It's no damage at all. They deal 17 damage to nearby enemies every second, and are granted 50 armor against non-heroic sources, decreasing the damage they take by 50%. So if they empower, they don't empower. So literally these guys would take 50% less damage from non-heroes and do a small amount of damage. I don't even have to look at the other two talents, and I can tell you this is garbage. This is absolute garbage.
That was rather
It does help you push enemy waves, and that's kind of it. You take half damage, sure, but okay, it's not complete crap. It's not complete crap, and that's the point, right, of this series, is that it's not. We're gonna find the value in these bad talents, but boy, does that seem really bad. What I can see right now is that the damage it deals is secondary. Okay, so it does some damage. That's just more damage. Good. More damage is good. Demonic Smite. Every 6.5 seconds, the Demon Lieutenant, that is the General of Hell. I always think of them as a general, but I'm the general summoning a lieutenant. The Demon Lieutenant will blast a non-heroic unit, dealing a bunch of damage. Now, we are at level 16. I guarantee you that 1,300 damage is not the value it is. It's some hundreds or something like this. That'll pretty much auto-kill any minion. Every 7.5 seconds, it will blast a non-heroic unit, dealing a bunch of damage. God, this sounds awful. So, he's going to do a blast at some point. Let's watch for it. Ooh, there it was. So in this fight, he did it maybe once, maybe twice, and then he died because the hero's there. Even if the hero wasn't there, he's only going to do it once or twice. God, I can't really get behind that, guys. That's hard to get behind. The last talent choice we have is forced recruitment. The General of Hell's cooldown is reduced by 10 seconds. It's at 30 seconds, and it gains an extra charge. One thing that's interesting is that this actually shares some synergy with the Demonic Smite, as well as the Bound Minion. And the General, well, I don't think it stacks. So it's pretty, it actually has some synergy here, and is kind of a good choice. If the goal of our video here today was to have us pick some really bad talents and then figure out how to make them good, I might say that the way you make it good is by taking forced recruitment. Our orbs are big and expensive. You cannot be throwing them out all the time. You want to throw your minions out into any sort of team fight or any wave that is pushing a point. Your job is to push walls, push forts. Your job is not to participate in team fights. Try to throw this down right on the towers so that they turn around and they hit everything they want to hit. You want to go ahead and make sure to buff your lieutenants. If you want to push a single lane, I think that's best, quite frankly, because you are all about making your guys stronger and better. And so you need to make sure that you have as many strong, good guys out as possible. Now, this does mean that your beam is slow, and it doesn't do a lot of damage, and it drains a lot of mana. That basically means you should be ignoring it. Our new build involves making our General of Hell a talent tier trait. I found the word. Making it everything. It becomes the most important thing you have. And I still say you can kind of pick whatever you want here, but I think it's time for us to go into a game and try the build out. We are here on Tomb of the Spider Queen, which means that the lanes are so short, I'm going to be using orbs constantly. Taking Sieging Wrath would be an incredibly good choice. A poor choice would be doing pretty much anything else, although again, they're all great, so we're just going to take it. Good luck, have fun. Now, the way this build is going to work is that we're going to go ahead and focus on making our lieutenants stronger in general. Haha, general. That's hilarious. See, I'm a very funny guy. Whoop. Sieging Wrath means when possible, I want to hit enemies. And they're all here, so if I'm smart, I can do this real... Let's see, maybe right about here. There's capable players. I mean, I know it doesn't take much to be able to know how to just move, but You'd be surprised. See? He got too close. I don't care if he was running away. He got too close. I didn't like it. I got too close. Oh no. Now I've used a lot of mana, and you can see why I generally like taking the builds that reduce the amount of mana that I spend, because apparently I spend a lot of mana. Now we said that we're going to go ahead and improve our merc damage, so when we get mercs out onto the field, we're going to try to put our lieutenants next to them so that they have more overall damage output. Gotcha. Try to stay behind your minions. Again, I have a decent amount of health, but I am not an assassin or a tank. I need to make sure that I can stay alive. Although it's pretty common for Azmodan to go ahead and put like the most damage on the team. Just because these orbs can do just a rather silly amount of damage. Yeah, how'd that do for you? You're dead now. He got too close to me. I didn't like how close he was. I'll turn in. I really want to hit this. Let's drop this down. Move a little closer and throw. Isn't that cool? She got too close. She got too close. I didn't feel comfortable. Now we've said that we're gonna go ahead and make our minions really cool now. So now I'm gonna say, hey, oops. This is why you shouldn't get distracted. Throw out a general before I die, but I didn't. Go me. Go Rhaegar. Alright, general's up. We're going to go ahead and pick a frontline warrior, and now he's a super cool warrior. This guy don't take shit from nobody. Apparently. Hi. We gotta put a little lead on it. It's about that. Hey, good job, team. Alright, we're gonna make these guys stronger. I'm gonna do it on the lane I'm in because I'm specifically trying to push the lane. Now, the guy I put it on is already dead. So I don't know who exactly we should be putting it on. I kind of wanted to say that we should be putting it on a frontliner, but... Now, all the toughness that these guys have is specifically not against heroes. So maybe I think the first thing I can do is only throw these bound warriors into lanes that don't have heroes. Maybe that's an idea. And just use my orb for hitting heroes, because it does a fairly significant amount of damage. Let's get a merc camp. Let's get a merc camp and send our lieutenant out to buff it up. No, I did it wrong, but that's okay. Now, in theory, these Generals of Hell are letting me tank this because they're taking half damage. That's pretty cool. Okay, so in a few seconds, I'll go ahead and make these guys stronger. So this is what we're doing according to the plan. There are team fights and objectives that are going on that I need to be aware of, but for the most part, I'm ignoring them, and I'm just making these guys stronger. Give me another lieutenant. Okay, I'm in a bad spot. So I'm just going to throw out a couple of guys. Throw these out at long range. And then get out. Oh, come on. I doubt I'll get out of this. Oh my god, I'm gonna get out of this. Oh, shit, he's gonna be mad. What was that? Let's do this. Oh, shoot. I thought it was on cooldown. That's the guy I pumped up earlier. Look at that, he's holding off the whole lane. Okay, that's pretty cool, actually. That is pretty cool. I'm going to push this real hard now. And since I can't see the enemy team, I'm going to leave. But look at me, look what I did. I did that. Oh, a lot of healing here. This is about all I can do is just throw out damage. But it's really not that much damage. Got someone. That was worth it then. And look at me, I'm now completely out of mana. But now I've got more generals. Tank these shots. When there's no heroes around, these guys are pretty great. This is a split push build. Let's do it now. Yeah, I don't care. I'm just gonna push and win. I don't think they can really stop me. Now, I don't have any mana, otherwise I'd be beam building right now. But it looks like we got it. I'd have to say this is actually a pretty good build. The only way I could really improve upon it is by, instead of taking Sieging Rat, take Taste for Blood. Because I don't have any of the talents that make my orbs more efficient, I need to make sure they're more effective. But of course that would mean getting better at the game, and who wants to do that? So we now have a pretty interesting idea. So I'm going to leave it to you guys. What do you think? Were those poor choices? See you next time.